The Ijoy XO PD270, right? Right? With scratch resistant, wrinkle finish. What are those? Those would be scratches from going in and out of the pocket. Yeah, if I rub my fingernail along there, it'll just take the rest off. It's called preparation before you paint. That's what it's called. Preparation before you paint. But tank's empty. I guess I'll stop vaping on it. Tank's empty. So what we got on this one is I love the chipset. Okay, I love the chipset. The chipset is great. Tells me all sorts of fun things. It's got a nice clean display. I have the autofocus off, so sorry, no atomizer. Got pretty different colored lights going on, because why not? It had, I say had, because I took the shiny sticker off on the inside, because it bothered me. Yeah, shininess. The magnets are so strong in this, it's crazy. I got nothing around here that I can pick up with. Little tiny Allen wrench. Of course, it's going to pick that up. They're so strong, though, that if you have a metal table, you can actually stick this with the tank on under the table, and it will stay there. That's kind of nice. So, strong magnets, but the door, it's not magic science or anything to get it off. If you don't put it in the right spot, it is, I guess, but that's me. That's what I do. Y'all know I do have an issue with this. I did shorten this cable down, this ribbon. It's not really a cable. I shortened that down because it's like twice as long. It makes it all the way across the batteries, makes it all the way back out the door. So I snipped it short. I don't understand why it has to be twice the length of the batteries, but that's neither here nor there. You see those dark lines in there? That is moisture, because that 510 is not sealed. It's not getting in up here, around the door, any of that nonsense. I did finally get this apart, and see if I can do that again really quick. Every time I take this apart, the plastic sled / chip set holder, sure, whatever you want to call it, chip set holder. I know the camera's over here, buddy. I'm used to looking over there. Let me move this over, and then it'll catch my attention better, and I'll just look at it. I do not have the forgot what I was saying. So I do not have the Torx bit in order to take these off, but it is a 0.05 Allen key. Works just fine and dandy. So there's that. Sorry, it takes a little bit to get these screws out. Oh, as I was saying, the plastic sled chipset holder is made of not the greatest plastic. There is no real flexibility to it whatsoever. I have broken 3 spots on it, taken it apart twice. Just because if it was a more flexible plastic, it wouldn't break so easy, but this is pretty cheap plastic. And yes, you do have to do the 510 ones to get this off of here. I tend to, I don't know why, but I tighten these down a little bit farther than I do the ones in the battery sled. Probably because my atomizer has to get screwed to it, and I would rather not mess everything up. Oh, just come out, you bugger. So, yeah. Not happy with the 510 connector on here. Yes, everything screws down. Yes, it's spring loaded. All that nonsense. Um, it's odd for me now to vape on something, and I usually vape, whatever I can at the highest I can, and that causes condensation on the top. I'm happy to say this mod gets no condensation at all on the top. I'm sad to say the reason it doesn't get any condensation on the top is because it sucks it right in to those slots right there and just bypasses the 510 connection. And proof in the pudding, without breaking anything, hopefully. This is such a pain in the ass to take apart because the plastic's not flexible. Sorry, I didn't want to set something up and put the cam on either. Putting the buttons and everything in is really easy. I should, as long as I have this apart, I should probably. Oop, there goes another piece. So careful with it, and I think this will be the last time I take this apart. And the camera is not going to do it justice. So, let's see here. Whoa! Oh, that's right. I have the autofocus off. Get seasick, bro. You can see the juice in there. I saw it a second ago. See? Oh, the shininess in there is juice. There's juice all on the back of the battery sled. There's just juice everywhere. And the positive red wire. See, there's no good camera angle for this. I can see it from here. Ooh, there you see that? See all that juice and condensation? I'm going to call it juice. It is what it is. The red wire is positive. It is completely shiny and wet, and it's just what it is. No juice travels down the side of my mod. Pretty sure even if I over dripped on my dripper, it wouldn't go down the side of my mod. It would just get sucked into the abyss that is the Ijoy XO. But it is, the chipset in this is awesome. When your batteries get really low and it's been idle, for a couple minutes, just kind of, it doesn't really go to sleep, but when it's been idle and it's just sitting there for a while, and you go to take that first pull and your batteries are a little bit low, you won't get a pull. It'll come up with a little error warning saying battery level low, which, yeah, that can be annoying, but I don't really check my batteries that often. But I'm damn sure going to look at the screen when my mod doesn't fire, right? So the mod doesn't fire. You look at the screen, it says battery low. Oh, cool. All right, it's almost time to change my batteries. Then it'll let you keep on vaping. It does. It lets you keep on vaping. Oh, I gotta put the screen back. The screen has this nice little spot that it sits in. And FYI, if you drop this, there is a possibility that the screen will not be in its pretty little keeper anymore. Okay? Just FYI on that one. That happened to me once. I dropped it. I did. Wow, the negative's even all soaked. Ooh, another piece of plastic's out. Why won't you go in now? Oh, because the buttons are out. Lord! All the little things you gotta look at when you're doing this. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. Screen still in the correct spot, yes. Okay. It's a lot easier to do down on the table. Put that out there. And it's technically back together. All the buttons are lined up. Super clicky clicky. So yeah. It needs a different 510. This would be great with a sealed 510. There's also no gasket around this 510. It sits into a divot on here. And there's no gasket on it. So even if the 510 itself was sealed, there's still that possibility of stuff getting around it. Forgot to bring a drink over here. Throw this back together again. Like I said, the plastic inside is not very durable. It is not made to be taken apart time and time again. But I would never have to do that if the 510 was sealed. Ijoy. Everything else about this, I love. This, it's the perfect 2700 size to slide into a pocket. Lock-in feature. I have not, and probably will not, use most of the features on here, such as temperature control. Because temperature control. Well, what's the point? Why don't I just set it at a wattage and vape it? But yeah, as far as the paint finish being this durable, scratch resistant, it's no more scratch resistant than any other paint they use over there. Maybe they should try some bed liner or something of that nature if they want scratch resistant. Or how about we prep the metal before we spray it down with stuff? Oh, that cross-threaded. See, this is not made to be taken apart over and over again. It's just not. Are you going in or no? Jeez. And yeah, the 0.005 here is not ideal, but it does the job. Allen key. They are screwed in quite tightly the first time you take this apart. I just haven't been cranking them back down, except for the 510. Because juice gets in there, I want to be able to take it apart, man. And it's just not conducive to a quality mod and consumer. Forgot the word I was going to use. 'Cause that's what I do. I forget stuff. It's not conductive to our quality time. Conducive. Conducive? Sure. Conducive to our quality time together as mod and consumer. So yeah, there you have it. It's back together. You can see I got 90% of the juice out. There's still a little bit at the bottom. It is what it is. It just great chipset. Not well thought out on the whole body with 510, not being sealed, and it has these damn airflow slot looking things going on in there. Does anything get its airflow from the 510 anymore? Does it? I haven't seen anything for a while. Put a cargo tank on there or something? I don't know. But yeah, so any excessive juice seems to drip around the tank, dripper, whatever. I've had the velocity on here. I've had a lot of stuff on here actually lately, just checking it out. And yeah, if you have a tank that seeps or a lot of heat and a lot of cool and a lot of heat and get that condensation working out. It's nice that it's not sitting on top of the mod and potentially running down the side of it and down into your buttons and stuff. And I guess it's okay that it's running down the back side of the sled rather than running down the front side where the chipset and the buttons and all that are. But yeah, I would really like not to have juice and condensation go inside my mod. That being said, I am highly enjoying this. It is just perfect size. I mean, did we compare this with like the Snow Wolf earlier? Because here's the original Snow Wolf, right? Dual 18650 TC mod, and here's the Ijoy dual 2700 mod. I mean, it's not much different at all. See that? Just that little bit of edge? It's really a hair bigger than the Snow Wolf, and that's it. And just this way, where the chipset would be, basically. The chipset and these lights, take that away, and it's the exact same size as a Snow Wolf. So it doesn't add up a whole lot extra. It works lovely though. It works every time I pick it up. It locks, powers off, just like it's supposed to. Every time. It doesn't turn off and do anything wonky. The wattages stay where you put them. It's great. I don't have anything locked, while it's in my pocket. And yeah, these buttons stick out a little bit, but I don't pull it out and it's changed. It's awesome. It's the same. Now, if they fix that 510 issue, that would be great, because then they wouldn't have to fix the issue of the crappy plastic that's on the inside that falls apart every time you take it apart. And a little bit of this and a little bit of that is missing each time you take it apart. Fix the 510. You don't have to fix that. All right, Ijoy, come on. You've been in the game a long time not to have that part of it right. I can't tell, but I think I put the screen in a little crooked. It just sits on two pegs in there. So I think I'm off just a little bit. It's okay. I can see the screen. I know what it's doing. And that's my bad, not the mod bad. But again, had I not had to take it apart because of the juice, we wouldn't be in that boat. You can see the bottom getting all scratched up, right? Bottom, the corners, the edges. That's from putting it down. Oops. I'm putting it down and sliding in and out of the pocket. That's all that is. I didn't take nothing to this. It's just, that's wear-resistant paint. That's not very wear-resistant. I mean, it's not. You just do that to it. Just polish it up, right? Polish it up. It would look great, and you wouldn't have to worry about paint coming off because there wouldn't be any. And all your little logos and whatnot would still be in there. They would. And you got this beautiful sticker over here. The sticker don't look bad. Yeah, it's a fingerprint magnet. But as long as you don't put it in the light, you'll never see the fingerprints. See? Now you can't see them. Nice little logo on there. Yes, you can change the lights to whatever you want. I just happen to have them pulsing through. I think it looks like a Transformer's leg, right there in that particular area. So I'm into that. Having the lights on this does not change battery life at all. The little LEDs that are in there don't take enough for it to matter. I've vaped it with and without the lights on, checking the battery. My battery life is the same. Lasts me most of the day. I say most of the day. I'm using the Free Max on here. Mainly what I'm using. Stick a set in here, and I will go all night long and into the next day. Lights on or lights off. This is a 0.14 mesh coil head in here, and I probably go through, I don't know, 20 mil of juice through this 2 mil tank. Probably. It's about average. It's about what I've been doing lately. So yeah. Works every time. Oh, another thing. The battery sled is marked in here, A and B, just like your battery level indicators that you won't be able to see are marked A and B. Means absolutely nothing. Means absolutely nothing. I had one battery that was lower than the other, and I flipped them, and it still showed the same slot, which was the bottom one. What is the bottom one? Oh, it says it right now too. B. And I swapped A and B battery around, and it was still B, showing low. So, means absolutely nothing, but it does give you a nice little indicator of, sure, the average of my batteries is here, something like that. But yeah, the indicator as far as A and B go don't mean a thing. Not in my particular one, at least. I'm just going to link to the Ijoy site itself. So if you want to look at specifications or anything like that on here, yeah, it's got the temperature controls. It's got all sorts of different light controls, ohms, puff counter, voltage, all that is in here. I set it to watts. I set it to power mode. You can have it hit hard, normal, or soft, whatever. I have it set at hard. I had it on normal. Seems the same to me. And yeah, I just put it in wattage and vape. That's it. That's really all I wanted was a 2700 mod that would be rugged and durable, where I could take it and bang it around and not have to worry about it. But I kind of do on this, because condensation, plastic sled, yeah. And with as weak as the plastic sled seems to be in here, I'm more concerned about how long I'm going to be able to use this with those spring-loaded battery pegs in here, because it does have those nipple spring-loaded battery pegs, and yeah, with the weak plastic, I don't know. That's what I got for you. Y'all have a good day, good evening, good night. Most importantly, y'all have fun now, because I know I will.